The girl who stood in the smoke. In the town of Asawasi, mornings arrived before the sun. Engines coughed, radios argued, traders shouted prices that fought with each other in the air. Dust rose like smoke, and smoke rose like prayers. By the roadside, just before the junction where taxis slowed, Essie's mother set her fire every day. Her frying pan was blackened from years of use. Her oil popped and sang. Her doughnuts, round, soft, and golden, were known by smell before they were seen. Essie stood beside her. She was 15, tall for her age, thin in the way of children who had never eaten too much but had also never slept hungry. They were not rich. They were not beggars. They owned one zinc-roofed room, two stools that never matched, one table with a broken leg, and dignity that did not depend on charity. But Essie carried something heavier than poverty. She carried shyness. When customers came, she shifted behind the smoke. She wiped already clean hands. She adjusted plastic bags that did not need adjusting. If someone asked a question, her mother answered. If money was passed, her mother collected it. Essie only passed doughnuts, quietly, quickly, like someone afraid of being seen. Some customers noticed. That girl should talk small, one woman said. Ah, she is too quiet, another laughed. Essie heard everything. She always heard everything. At night, when generators hummed and mosquitoes danced, she asked herself questions she never asked aloud. What if I speak and they laugh? What if my voice fails me? What if I disappoint my mother? Her mother watched her quietly. One evening, while packing up, she said, Essie, even quiet water moves the mill. Essie nodded, though she did not fully understand. The day the smoke turned heavy that day came suddenly. The sun was high, the road was busy, oil was hot, doughnuts were ready. Then her mother sat down. Her face tightened, her hand trembled. My chest, she whispered. Fear struck Essie like cold water. Neighbors helped her mother lie down under a nearby tree. Someone ran to call a nurse. Another offered water. And suddenly, Essie was alone with the fire. The oil was still hot. The doughnuts were still waiting. Customers were still walking past. Her heart began to beat loudly, as if trying to escape her chest. She wanted to run after her mother. She wanted to leave everything, but the fire burned. The doughnuts would spoil, and school fees waited at home like an unpaid debt. A man stopped. How much? He asked. Essie opened her mouth. Nothing came. The man frowned. She felt her face burn hotter than the oil. Then her mother's voice returned to her memory. Even quiet water moves the mill. She swallowed. 3 for 5, she said. Her voice was small, but it was enough. The man smiled. I'll take 6. Coins touched her palm. They were warm. Another customer came, then another. Essie did not shout. She did not advertise. She simply stayed. By late afternoon, the basin was empty. When her mother returned, tired but smiling, Essie was standing straight, smoke curling around her like a crown she had not known she was wearing. The rain and the rumor word travels fast in small towns. Have you bought from the quiet girl? Her doughnuts are always warm. She doesn't talk much, but she's respectful. One market day, rain came without warning. Stalls collapsed. Traders ran, but school children gathered under a mango tree, laughing and hungry. Essie stood in the rain. Her clothes clung to her body. Her doughnuts steamed in the cool air. Go home, someone shouted. She hesitated. Then she remembered the empty basin, the school fees, her mother's tired hands. She walked to the mango tree. Hot doughnuts, she said. The children rushed her. Rain fell harder. Coins dropped like blessings. That evening her mother cried, not from pain but from pride. The day everything changed one evening, chaos broke out near the junction. A child fainted. People shouted. People argued. Essie did not shout. She ran home, fetched water, loosened the child's uniform, fanned her gently, and stayed until breath returned. The next morning, Customers arrived early, not just for doughnuts, but for AC. "Good morning, my daughter. You have good character. May your hands never lack work." Essie still spoke softly, but now she no longer hid behind the smoke. Ending years later, elders would say, "There was a girl in Asawase who did not shout her destiny into the world. She stood quietly by the fire, and the world noticed her warmth." Moral: courage does not always shout. Sometimes it stands still until life learns to listen.